actually not that bad to build this, but it does require a lot of actual parts. It needs 2 prime barrels, which is Lith C2 relic. It needs 2 receivers, which is the Axie A3 relic. It needs the prime link, which is a Lith S7 relic, and then the actual blueprint itself, which is a Neo M1 relic. 6 total parts to build this. I kind of wish they just brought out the single version, and then it would need 1 single version there, 1 single version there. It would increase the length of time, but I think a single version of this first would have been a better way to go. Especially considering in the early days, this was actually an amazing weapon, and just like the Lato, the first thing anybody does with these is upgrades it to the second one, the dual wielding version, which increased the fire rate, doubled the magazine, lowered the reload, as you would expect, and I would ignore the stats on the left because I haven't touched mine in a long, long time. The fact that the prime version of these has 36% crit over the normal one's 5% with a 2.8 times multiplier, a bigger magazine, quicker reload, more status, less damage. Of course, this is countered by the fact that it does have slash on, which the normal one doesn't, and that crit really does make up, at least from what I've heard, from the fact that it's not nearly half, it's a little bit less damage. I wouldn't really go for half the damage though. A bit like the Kogaki Prime that had 3 V polarities over its normal one that had none, the normal Akbolto has 1D. This has a dash and 3 Vs. That is, primes usually have more polarities as standard. Sometimes it comes with 1 or 2 if it had none. 3 was a huge improvement. 3 Vs and a dash instead of a D that the normal one had. There really is the exact reason primes are much better. And to be fair, as expected with these, they do exactly what the original one did. They will pin enemies to wall. It has high puncture, which makes it effective against armor. They have a ridiculously high crit chance. Throw primed pistol gambit on this and that crit chance goes from 36 to 103.3. With prime target cracker takes it over 5. Mine goes to 5.3 because mine only adds 90% crit damage because I haven't completely maxed mine out. Throw things like shrapnel, sharpened bullets on kill 75% extra crit damage for 9 seconds, and think it was called hydraulic crosshairs that adds 135% crit chance. Those on top of this thing will red crit for days and ask you, just please sir, can I do some more? They're actually, I really don't want to turn around and say that these could possibly take on the Lex Prime, which has a 25% crit chance, but does have 120 puncture to it, by the way, versus this that has 27.5. Comparing the two would be just a death wish, really, because 120 puncture versus 27.5. with 15 impact and 15 slash versus 3.2 and 1.3. Yes, the AK-Lex, or the AK-Lex, sorry, may do less crit chance and less crit multiplier, but it makes up for it in the damage department. These things, on the other hand, really do hold their own. Considering it's a Mastery Rank 13 weapon, which puts it up there amongst the highest of the Mastery ranks, it has, I think it was 13 total damage less than the normal ones. The fact that it's pretty much a constant critting weapon, with the 5.3 times multiplier, yes, it does less damage, but it actually does more damage when you take crit into account, which is why I thought these things would be really good, but it still is there that the fact that the normal version of this is a Mastery Rank 0, and these are a Mastery Rank 13. They definitely are worth it though, because, well, it's just the fact that it's got 103.3% crit chance with Prime Target Cracker in there. Of course, if you do not have that and you just put the normal one in there, I'm not thinking, is it Target Cracker? No, Pistol Gambit. Pistol Gambit is crit chance. Target Cracker is damage. Anyway, if you put the normal Pistol Gambit in there, it's 120% crit chance. That takes it to 79.2. That, with hydraulic crosshairs, is still an amazing beast. The primed version just makes it so much better. It's a primed weapon. It deserves primed Pistol Gambit. If you haven't got primed Pistol Gambit, it may be worth picking it up next time Barrow brings it, because it really did make a huge difference on this weapon. Without it, not so much. Then you can, of course, on that line of thinking, say the bow is 120% puncture mod for secondary weapons. Throw that in, it takes the puncture from 87.7 to 193. Again, increasing the damage just an insane amount. And it does have that dash polarity for bow, the V polarity for Hornet Strike, the V polarity for primed Pistol Gambit, and a V polarity for primed Target Cracker. Big mods with a location for them. The only issue coming with things like Lethal Torrent, which is multi-shot and fire rate, and of course, I'd completely forgotten the name of the multi-shot mod, Barrel Diffusion, that adds 120% multi-shot for pistols as well. That's an extra 22 points. This definitely does require another V, possibly two, to make it a decent weapon. It's still decent without them, but adding the multi-shot really does make it a lot more powerful. Anyway, we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch yous next time.